Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Make some noise if y'all can hear me. How y'all doing? Everybody doing good? Good morning. Let me go through my... Good morning, Mr. Gary. Good morning, good morning. Let me see. Makaya, good morning. Princess, good morning. Jeremiah, what's good, brother? Good morning. April, good morning. Lexi, good morning. Brenton, what's up, my dude? Good morning. Miss Nicole, good morning. Serenity, good morning. Miss Kiki, all right, come on now. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss D, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to see who else is on. Jump in the comments if you're on with us. Want to see your see who you are. Come on, jump on with us. Man, we're excited about today. Today's gonna be amazing. Man, did y'all enjoy that extra hour of sleep? Come on, somebody. Isn't God good? You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed that extra hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was amazing. Good morning, Miss Casey. Good morning to you, ma'am. Nah. Come on now, okay. Don't start. Listen, man, I enjoyed that extra hour of sleep. Man, no more bags under my eye. You see that? See a miracle of sleep. I'm telling you. Hey, good morning, Jacoby. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Man, I'm so excited. This is the first day of November. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Thanksgiving coming up. What? Christmas coming up. Okay. Man, it's going to be incredible. Man, anybody else? Nobody's talking about the sleep. Did y'all not take it? What y'all did was y'all stayed up an extra hour. Right. Y'all stayed up an extra hour. That's what it was. So y'all didn't really enjoy the extra hour of sleep. But oh, when you get my age, come on, somebody. 25. Miss D, right? We're both 25. So whenever you get a little bit older, you're going to enjoy those hours of sleep. Good morning, KJ. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, Stormy. That's my wife, y'all. And man, it's so... I enjoyed my extra hours of sleep. I don't know. I'm going to be talking about it all day, I think. I'm going to be talking about it a lot because I enjoyed it. Listen, can y'all hear me okay? Everything is good. You know, I'm trying a new little setup today, so hope you guys stick with it. Stick with me. Today's going to be an amazing day. I'm excited about today. Listen, if this is your first time watching, let me first say my name is Phil Galindo. I'm the student ministry director here at the Potter's House of North Dallas. We call ourselves FireHouse North. You know what I'm saying? That's who we are, and we love Jesus, and we're learning and growing through this pandemic. We're not going to let it stop us from continuing to pursue a relationship with God. So, listen, if you enjoyed the video today, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you guys know when we go live each and every week, right? This is how we're staying connected. But listen, I can't wait till we're able to just join together, get back together and do all the things that we used to do, hang out, go to physical small groups, do all of that stuff. But until then, let's stay connected this way. And so before we get started with the message, I want to play a little game, right? We played this game before. It's called the TikTok Tussle, right? TikTok Tussle. And the rules are as follows. Guess which TikTok video has more views? Very simple. I'm going to show you two videos. Very simple. Are you guys ready to play? You guys ready? You guys ready? I don't see nobody in the comments today. Come on, good God, on today. Here we go. 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 Question number 1. Okay, it's gonna be a number 1 or number 2 in the comments. Here we go.
But that's alright.
And that's why we always practice in the track first.
Hey! Nice. So which one? Video number 1 or number 2? Pick one. Put your answer in the comments. I'm gonna wait just a couple of seconds to let you guys comment real quick. Number 1 or number 2? Let's see them in the comments down below. Which video had the most views? The surfing guy or the trampoline guy that does a bunch of flips and does a lot of cool stuff? Which one do y'all think has the most views? Number 1, number 2? Let me know in the comments. I see. All right, Jacoby said number 2. Miss Nicole said number 2. Mr. Gary said number 2. Makaya said number 2. KJ said number 2. All right, let's see which video had the most views. Ready? Number 2. Y'all got it right, man. Everybody got it right. 1 point for everybody. All right, here we go. Next video.
Hey Mom,
Yes.
quick question for you.
Okay, what is it this time?
What is a vampire's favorite breed of dog?
I have no idea, Shaq.
A bloodhound.
That's so cheesy.
So which video has the most views? Is it number 1 or is it number 2? In the comments down below, let me know, because we got to go. We got more to show. Yo, man, I got bars, you know what I'm saying? All right, is it number 1? Is it number 2? Put it in the comments down below. Which one has the most views? Is it the talking dog or is it the cat with the orange peel helmet? I don't know. Which one is it? Which one is it? All right, Mr. Gary said number 2. Number 2. We got 1 vote for number 2. We got another vote for number 2. Makaya. Miss Nicole said 2. All right, who else? Who else wants to jump in? Jump on in. Miss Stormy said 1. Jacoby got number 2. Mr. Gary said bars. You know what I'm saying? Jacoby got 1. All right. You guys ready for the unveiling? Miss DeWanda said number 2. Number 1. I'm sorry. Miss Lakeisha said number 2. Miss DeWanda said number 1. Princess said number 1. KJ said number 1. Miss April said number 2. Here we go. The answer is number 2. If you guessed number 2, you got a point. Add them up. Tell us what you got. Here we go. Let's go to this next one. Here we go.
One thing I know for sure, they don't make them like me no more. One thing I know for sure, they don't make them like me no more.
All right. Let's see. You got number 1 or number 2? Both are kind of cool. You got the guy with the hula hoop doing some trickery. Or we got the guy with the ball and it spins and he's spinning it everywhere on his body. Which one you got, number 1 or number 2? Put it in the chat so we can see what you got. Number 1 or number 2. Which video has the most views out of these two? Is it number 1? Is it number 2? All right. Mr. Gary said number 1. It is. Makaya said it's got to be number 1. Miss Stormy said number 1. Jacoby said number 1. Miss Nicole said it's got to be 1. It's got to be 1. KJ said number 1. That beat on number 1 though. Yeah, it's nice. Princess said number 2. She's going against the grain. All right. Miss D said number 1. Let's see. Oh. Forgot. Miss Casey. She said number 1. I got Glow J said number 1. Miss Kiki said number 1. And the answer is number 1. I think it's because of the beat. You know what I'm saying? The beat was dope. I said number 1, but I'm a fan of number 2. Yeah, that is kind of cool. I used to be able to spin the basketball on my finger for a little bit, but it wasn't very long and it was just on my finger. Couldn't do all the stuff that guy did. All right, let's go to the next group of videos. Here we go.
Y'all go ahead and move on down to slide 37 and we'll look at what?
No,
Why did everyone's internet
don't
just
shush
go
me.
out?
Push the button. Push the button.
Why is this
Push
happening?
the button.
This is just bizarre. Hold up, baby. Are you sleeping?
All right.
Mommy.
Yes, Lele.
See this book?
Yeah, I see the book.
See my face?
It's so cute.
Facebook.
Ah, don't leave me! Don't leave me! Don't leave me!
Too cute.
Mommy.
Yes.
See this butter?
Yeah, I see the butter.
See the air?
Yeah, I see the air.
Butterfly.
Ah, don't leave me! Oh, she put the butter back. Ah, don't leave me! Don't leave me, Lele. What are you doing? Don't leave me. Okay.
Mommy.
Yes, Lele.
See the baby?
Yeah, I see the baby.
See the couch?
Yeah.
Baby stick.
Ah, she said baby. What was she? Ah, don't leave me! Don't leave me!
You got a lot of energy, right? All right. Let's see. See some views, some answers coming in already. Number 2, Mr. Gary said. Number 2. Jaden said, it's got to be number 1. What's up, Jaden? Number 1. Yeah, that little girl's cute. Let's see what else. Who else got to guess? Come on, don't be scared. Put it in the chat. Come on. Number 1 or number 2? Makaya said it's got to be number 1. Glow J said it's number 2. Jacoby said number 2. Stormy said it's got to be number 2, y'all. Number 2. Let's see. Miss Lakeisha said number 1. Miss DeWanda said LOL. Princess said number 2. Kobe said it's gotta be number 2. Number 2. Let's see who it. Oh, Mr. Gary said 2 should win because she's so cute. 2 is my favorite. Number 1 got it. Let's see. Here we go. Miss Casey said number 2. Here we go. The answer is number 1. Oh, 9.1 million views. 326,000 views. Wow. I thought it would be a lot closer than that. My thing is, like on a Zoom, you know, the video is kind of funny, but like, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't watch any one of them, so. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. Next one. Who's winning, by the way? How many points y'all got? Put it in the comments. I got this many points. That's what I'm saying. Mr. Gary, boo. What? Come on now. They don't know quality videos when they see them. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let's go.
With it, group drop.
That's cool. Nice.
Like come on and no one go.
Oh yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180.
Oh wow. All right. Let me go back. Jacoby said he got 3 points. Glow J says he got 2 points. Miss Story got 0. Okay. Miss Casey said boo. KJ said he got 3 points. Miss D got 1. April's got 3. Princess got 2. Okay, so let's pick this next video. Is it number 1? Is it the really cool photo deal? Or is it number 2, the guy that tries to catch the football and it hits him in the head? All right, Glow J said number 1. 2 is funny, but 1 is probably going to win. Number 1. Jaden got number 2. Number 2 was dumb. Number 1. All right. The unveiling is about to take place. Are you guys ready? I see some ones. Miss D says she likes number 1. It's a tricky one. Miss Nicole said she's going with number 2 on this one. All right. Number 1, number 2. Here we go. The answer is number 1. 5.2 million views to 1.7 million views. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that many views, but I do like the effect of those photos. So really cool. All right, last one. Here we go. That's cool.
We like the cars that go boom.
No.
All right, so is it the is it the running dad that made the track for his son? I thought that was kind of cool. Or the person that has too much time on their hands and is playing with Play-Doh and made an ear of corn. I don't know how to describe that. Like, which one do you got? You got number 1? You got number 2? Tell us in the chats which one you got. The running dad or the ear of corn that is made from, what is that, Play-Doh? Putty? I don't know. All right, answers are coming in. Miss Nicole said number 1. Makaya said number 1. Mr. Gary said number 1. Glow J's got number 1. Jaden's got number 2. LOL at this song on number 1. I used to blast that on my boom box. What you know about boom box? Come on now. Jacoby said number 1. Lakeisha's got number 2. Right. That boom box though. You know what I'm saying? We used to carry it on our shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Jackson's got number 1. And the answer is, Miss April's got number 1 as well. Here we go. The answer is number 2. Whoa. 875,000 views to 5.2 million views. Wow, so how many points did y'all end up with? Put them in the chat. All right, guys, thank you for participating. Thank you for commenting. Man, I don't think I got very many of those, to be honest with you. But anyway, thank you guys for participating and playing. Guys, let's dive into our lesson for the day. We're coming back after this short video. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome to week number 2 of our series called Like Me. Hope you guys enjoyed last week. Did you guys enjoy Miss Kristen last week? She did a phenomenal job, and we appreciate her jumping in and sharing with us last week. I see some people got 3 points. Glow J got 5. Miss Nicole got 3. Jacoby got 4. April got 3. KJ said he got 3 points. Miss Lakeisha got 4 points. All right. Well, let's dive in to our lesson for the day. I'm really excited to share today. And it's what I want to encourage you to do real quick. I want you to grab something to write on and something to write with, okay? Get something to write on and something to write with. I want you to take notes today because I think this is going to really help us grow as humans, as people. And so I wanted to start off by sharing a story, right? So I want to set the record straight. I want to let you guys in on some stuff, right? Like when I was growing up, I was actually an amazing baseball player. I just want you to know that. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm like being completely honest. Like, I remember just growing up. And just that's what we did. I remember the first time my mom tried to show my brother how to catch the ball, right? And so she's playing catch with him outside, and my brother holds the glove like this, right? And you're not supposed to hold your glove like this. You know, when the ball is way up here, you catch it like that, right? Well, he was catching the ball like this. Well, my mom threw the ball, and he tried to catch it like this, and it hit him right in the face, right? So that was just a lesson. But anyway, I was really good at baseball, right? I remember the first year I played, we did this draft, right? It was just like a regular draft, right? All these kids came together that were in the same age, were on the same field, and they gave everybody an opportunity to hit, right? They gave everybody an opportunity to throw the ball. They gave everybody an opportunity to play catch. They gave people time to run, and they just wanted to see how well you played, right? And so, you know, I remember that year, it was my first year. And so I was not good, right? My first year, I was learning. Hold on, I gotta bring this in. Love your hair, Phil. Come on, man. You just threw me off. I was in a story and everything, and I saw this and I lost my whole train of thought. Oh, KJ, man, love you too, bro. So, you know, I was still learning, so I wasn't any good. I was probably one of the last people selected, which made me feel really bad. You know, and so we played the year, and I learned how to hit. I learned, I became really good because that was something that we did all summer long. We played baseball, and when we were outside, I was just playing catch with my cousins, or, you know, running around or hitting. My uncle made this huge like facility outside my grandma's backyard, and we just used to play baseball all the time. And we didn't have any hard balls. We would use a softball, right? We would play home run derby with a softball. You know, we just played baseball all the time, right? So anyway, I got better. And so the next year, I was one of the first selected, right? And so I'm feeling myself, you know what I'm saying? And so you know, as the year comes on, we get a new kid on our team, and his name was Kobe, right? And Kobe, he was a really good baseball player. Like, you could tell he knew what he was doing, right? He knew how to play baseball. Like, you know, that was the first year that we started kid pitch, right? So we started kid pitch that year, and so I was one of the pitchers. And you know what I'm saying? I had some heat on the ball, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't 90-95, but for us kids, it was pretty quick. And my uncle was teaching me how to throw a curve ball, and, you know, all these, you know, sinker balls, and, you know, all these different pitches, and I was getting pretty good, right? But this kid Kobe, everything that I could do really well, he just did it a little bit better, right? Like, I was fast, you know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to believe, but I was pretty fast, and Kobe was just a little bit faster. I could throw the ball with some heat, right? But he just threw it a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? I could field the ball, you know what I'm saying? And I was really good at fielding the ball, but he just was able to field it just a little bit quicker than I was and throw to first base. He was just just a little bit better than me. When he came to hitting, I was a really good hitter, right? And just Kobe just had this. He just was a little bit more consistent than I was, right? Which made it really hard for me because I started to experience this feeling that I've never felt before. And that experience, that feeling was jealousy, right? And I want you to know that, you know, Kobe was a good kid. Like, he was really nice, he wasn't arrogant. You know what I'm saying? You meet them people and they're really good, but they just walk around with their head held high like, you ain't on my level. You know what I'm saying? And they just constantly talking mess. Kobe wasn't that type of kid. Like, he was a good kid, but just what made it worse is that I started to feel jealous, and it started to ruin our friendship. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to know that sometimes it just builds this tension, right? And we don't like people because we're jealous of them. And I started to experience this feeling of jealousy for the very first time. You know, sometimes jealousy can lead us to be slightly agitated at someone else, right? But once jealousy creeps into your heart, we view them in a different way, right? Like, my view of Kobe was like, he was a good kid, but I just couldn't like him because he was just better than me. And we call it the green eye monster, that envious feeling, you know. And you know, there are some times where there are people that you dislike that did something wrong to you, so you don't like them, right? But there are people that you dislike that has never done anything wrong to you. They have never talked about you. They didn't harm you. They didn't do anything like that to you. But there's a lot of reasons that you're experiencing jealousy with that person. And I want to talk about a few of them right now. It could be a million of different reasons, right? But here's one. They're ridiculous good looks. You just feel like they look a little bit better than you. You know what I'm saying? They just look a little bit better than, in your opinion, right? And so you start to feel this jealousy towards them. Or I remember this in high school. The car they drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the car they drive is a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit nicer. It looks a little bit cleaner. It doesn't smell like Taco Bell when you open the door. Like, their car is just better than yours. And so you start to feel this jealousy spirit when you see their car, right? Or who they're dating, right? They're dating the head cheerleader, or they're dating the captain of the football team. And so that makes you feel a little bit jealous because maybe you have a little something, a little feeling towards somebody that, that they're dating or whatever. And it makes you feel a little bit jealous, right? Another one is the grades that they get. Now, I know all about this because, man, I don't even want to talk about grades. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, I tried really hard to get A's and B's because my mom said for every A, you're going to get $5. For every B, you'll get 2. For anything under than that, no F's, you're getting nothing but a spanking for those. But C's, you'll get $1, right? And so I'm like, man, this is my time to rake it in. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get a lot of money because I didn't make any A's. I probably got a couple B's and some C's and stuff, but that was it, right? And so I tried really hard. Listen, guys, I'm looking at you. I tried really hard, but just people just got it. They understood what was happening a little bit quicker than I did. They could get it better than I did. And so I just never was really good at the grades. And so I was always jealous of people and their grades, right? Here's a good one. The position that they have on the team or their role in the play, right? So we're jealous of people because they got captain of the football team when you wanted to be the captain, or they're the head cheerleader and you're just the regular cheerleader, or they got the starting role in the play and you're just the tree that has to stand there and doesn't sing anything, doesn't say anything. You're just a tree and you just stand there, right? You're jealous because of the position that they have. Another good reason could be the attention that they get. They just seem to get all the attention. You know, they're in the newspaper. They're in the school paper. You know, they're the ones that people are acknowledging because they get all the attention. Another one could be the house that they live in, right? Like they just live in a really nice house, maybe in a nice area. They got the gated, the white picket fence, and they're living in a gated community, you know, all of that stuff. And we just get a little bit jealous of the house that they live in, right? You know, and, you know, or there could possibly be different reasons. You know, I just mentioned a couple of them, but there are also some reasons that are deeper, like these. Like how they seem to have the perfect, unbroken family, right? They just have everything together, right? Like their parents are always hugging and kissing, and it's yucky, but you know, they're always showing affection, and you know, you're asking your friend to come over, or whatever, that person that you're jealous of because of their family, you're asking them to come over, and they say, no, I can't because my mom and dad are going on a date night. You're like, what is a date night? Like, they're married, why are they going on a date night? You know what I'm saying? And you, on the other hand, you may be just living with your auntie, you may be living with your grandparents, you may be just living with your mom or just your dad, or maybe you're living in your family with your mom and your dad, but they just don't show affection like that. But it just seems like they have the perfect family. And because they have the perfect family, their parents always show up for their events or all their games, right? They're showing up and they're in the cheering section going crazy. They got the head, you know, the big head sign of the person that you're jealous of. You know, this is my kid, right? And then your parents are nowhere to be found, you know, for whatever reason, right? You know, but their parents are always there to support them, right? Or how they are healthy and never sick, right? But you're stuck with health issues that no one seems to understand, right? They've got, you know, they can never sick, they don't have any issues, but you yourself, you have some health issues that no one seems to understand, which makes you a little bit jealous of that person as well, right? Here's another one, how it seems like they have all the confidence to have a conversation with other people, and it makes it so much easy for them, right? But you can't even raise your hand and talk to your teacher in class, right? Which makes you a little bit jealous, right? So whether your jealousy is over something small or something that runs deep, here's what I know to be true, and I want you to write this down. Jealousy changes the way you see others, and it changes the way you see yourself. Jealousy changes the way you see others, and it changes the way that you see yourself, right? When you see things that other people have that you don't have, that you wish you did, jealousy can lead you to feel unhappy about your life. And even if before you were totally happy with your life before, it just makes you feel unhappy. Or jealousy can make you feel insecure about who you are or who you're not. Looking at, you know, them makes you feel worse about you. And that's when anger enters into the scene. Because this is what I want you to know, and I want you to write this down. Because anger almost always follows jealousy. Write that down. Anger almost always follows jealousy, right? That person becomes the source of your unhappy feelings and eventually the target of your anger. They didn't do anything wrong to you, but because you're jealous of them, you start to treat them a certain way, right? Right? When when we feel anger towards someone, it is so much more difficult to celebrate the good things that we have and the good things that they have. So what do we do instead, right? This is what we do. We distance ourselves from them, right? This could have been your best friend, and all of a sudden you start to become a little bit jealous of them. And so what do? You back up from them. You stop hanging out with them. You stop calling them. You stop FaceTiming them. You start sending them messages. You know, you just take a step back. You distance yourself towards them, right? Another thing we do is we start to talk badly about them behind their backs, right? We start to start these rumors about them. We start to air out their laundry, so to speak, because of the anger that we feel because of the jealousy at the end. The root is jealousy, right? And another thing we do is we secretly do what we can to bring them down, right? We do what we can to secretly bring them down, right? Which all of a sudden we have less peace with them, and we have less peace with ourselves. We have less peace with them, and we have less peace with ourselves, right? And so the real question is, what are we supposed to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we supposed to do with this feeling of jealousy, right? And so in ancient times, there was a man named Saul, right, who was the first king. He was the first king over Israel, and he was initially known as a good and generous king, right? He was courageous in battle. He generally had the respect of the kingdom. But at one point during his rule, he and his people found themselves in a battle against a fairly powerful group of people called the Philistines, right? And so we're gonna pick up this story in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17, and we're gonna be diving in. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've got a lot to read, so stay with me, okay? Don't leave. Stay with me. I do got a lot to read, but I want you to get this point because I believe it's gonna help us. All right? Y'all ready to learn? Y'all ready to grow? Here we go. Let's go. So I'm reading in 1 Samuel, okay? 1 Samuel chapter 17, starting with verse number 1. It says, "Now the Philistines gathered their forces for war and assembled at Soko in Judah. They pitched camp at Ephes Dimim between Soko and Ezekah." All right? "And Saul and the Israelites assembled and camped in the valley of Elah and drew up their battle lines to meet the Philistines. The Philistines occupied one hill, right? And the Israelites another, with the valley in between them." Okay? A champion named Goliath, who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp. His height was 6 cubits and a span, which means, guys, he was huge, right? All right, he was big. He's a big guy. He had a bronze helmet on his head and wore a coat of scale armor of bronze weighing 5,000 shekels. 5,000 shekels, okay? Keep reading. "David said to Saul, 'Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him.'" Now, let me tell you this. This is what happened. David's brothers were in this fight. Were in the army, right? And his dad said, "Hey, listen, David, I want you to go take some food to your brothers," all right? And so he goes and takes his food to his brothers, and he hears this big dude talking mess, not just to the Israelites, but he's talking mess about God. And something stirs up in David. He's like, "Well, hold up. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine talking about my people and God's people?" Right? And so he gets angry. So he goes to the king. He says, "You know what, King Saul, I'll fight him." And this is the account where we're seeing. Listen to what Saul said. Saul replied, "You're not able to go against this Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth." Right? As the Philistines moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet him. Right? We're in verse number 48. So, keep reading. Listen, it said the stone sunk into his forehead and he fell face down on the ground. Now, I think that this is profound because, listen, I don't know if you've ever been hit before, but when you get hit, especially in the front of your body, how do you fall? How do you fall? How do you fall? Usually fall. Can y'all hear? I'm hearing people. Y'all can't hear me? I'm sorry. It's no sound. Okay. You should. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Lord help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Test 1, 2. Hey, 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 hey. Can you hear me? Lost sound. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. The devil is a lie. We're gonna get this word out. All right. We'll work on this. Don't know what's going on. We're gonna make it. All right. So he fell face down. Right. All right. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. Right. Without a sword in his hand, he struck down the Philistine and killed him. Right. Whatever mission Saul sent him on, David was so successful that Saul gave him a high rank in the army, right? And this pleased the troops and Saul's officers as well, right? Keep reading. As they danced, they sang. Listen what they sang. Saul slaying his thousands, but David tens of thousands, right? Saul was very angry. This refrain displeased him greatly, right? It displeased him greatly. They have credited David with tens of thousands, he thought, but me with only thousands. What more can he get but the kingdom? Right? And from that time on, Saul kept a close eye on David, right? Last verse, when Saul saw how successful he was afraid of him, right? So here's where we can chat. Like, Saul could have been very happy for David. He could have been rejoicing and celebrating and applauding David, but because David helped him succeed, he helped the nation succeed, but instead Saul felt threatened by David's rise to fame and power. In fact, he eventually plotted to kill David and spent a large majority of the rest of his life chasing after him in hopes of taking David out, right? But I think the author of the Proverbs gives us some great insight on how jealousy can lead to destruction. This is what he says in Proverbs. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. You know, and here's what I know to be true. If we're not careful, we can find ourselves in the same position as King Saul, and we'll discover ourselves how jealousy of a friend can rot, destroy, and ruin us. Now notice how it says us and not them. It ruins us, right? Another thing we'll find out is that jealousy can destroy that friendship. If you want to destroy a relationship or a friendship, bring jealousy into it. It's going to ruin that friendship, right? Jealousy can cause us to doubt our own talents, achievements, and success. Here's what I want you to know about jealousy: is jealousy will blind you of your abilities, what you can do, because you're focused on what they do better, right? It takes your focus off of the things that you've accomplished, your achievements, right? You made the second chair of the band and they made the first chair, but you got to realize that there are other chairs behind you, but you don't see your achievement. You're just upset because you didn't get first chair, and it robs you, it blinds you of your success. Well, I got a little promotion, but they got promoted to doing, to the manager. They got promoted to being the lead, and I'm just an assistant, right? It robs you of seeing that success because you're so focused on what they do and what they do better. Jealousy can rob how we feel about ourselves, and that's what I want to talk about. Jealousy can rob how we feel about ourselves. Why? Because we make ourselves feel less than, right? We're not seeing how good we can do this or that or the other. We're just seeing that we don't measure up to them, and so which makes us feel down about ourselves. And this one is so important. Jealousy can kill our sense of peace, right? Now, listen, this is what I want to let you know. Like, maybe you're 15, 14, 13, 16, 19, 18, 20. I don't know. You're watching this and you're thinking like peace. Like, I don't need peace. Got these good looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need peace. But when you get my age, you'll come to realize that peace is priceless. You'll come to realize that peace, you can't buy peace at the store. It never goes on sale. You can't buy it. You can't purchase it, right? And so you protect the peace that you do have, right? And you'll find out that jealousy can kill your sense of peace. Man, y'all getting anything from this today? Listen, we will constantly encounter people who seem to have better things, and possibly it seems like they live a better life than us. But that will never stop. And if we aren't careful, this is what's going to happen. If we're not careful, that gut feeling of jealousy has the potential to not only ruin our relationships with others, but also ruin the way that we feel about ourselves. Let that sink in for a bit. It's gonna affect your relationship. It's gonna rock your relationship. It's going to ruin your relationship with others, but it's also going to ruin the way that you feel about yourself, right? And I know what you're thinking. Okay, so I get it. Jealousy hurts us, right? But what are we supposed to do about it, right? There is something that we can do. Something that all research and brain science says can actually help us lessen the effects of jealousy. Are you guys ready to hear what I got to say and what studies have shown? Here we go. We can celebrate others. We can celebrate others because the bottom line is this. The more I celebrate others, the more I like myself. The more I celebrate others, the more I like myself. Now, gotta tell you this. It's kind of like this, right? Like, anybody like boat rides? I do. I like to be on the boat, right? Just not when it's cold. I like to be on the boat, right? Anyway, so I like to be on the boat. For some people, it's fun, right? It's exciting. It's great. You got the hair, the air blowing in your hair. It's a fun time. You're going fast on the water. It's absolutely fun, right? But some people, it's not like that for them. Some people, they spend their time on the boat throwing up, and that's not pretty, right? We call this seasickness, and since it's the brain that's making people feel this thing that's called nausea, no one can just unfeel that. You can't tell yourself, hey, I don't want you to throw up right now. It doesn't work. But what does work are these things called seasick bands. And what that is, it looks like a watch. It goes around your wrist, right? And it has these little deals that puts pressure in certain positions, in certain places. They put pressure in just the right spot to trick your brain into feeling something other than nausea, right? And the same works with us. It shouldn't work that way, but it does. But when you do it, you can trick your brain into feeling less jealousy and more love and compassion, right? And so when you're celebrating others, when somebody else gets a promotion, I know you just want to turn around and be like, I didn't get it, and you throw yourself a pity party. What if you celebrated that person? You said, man, congratulations. Man, I knew you could do it. Man, you're the person for the job. You're the person to lead us. You're the person to be our captain of the football team. You're the person to be the starter for, the basketball team, or ever, but you celebrate them, you'll start to feel less jealousy, but you'll start to feel more love and compassion. All right? Here's 2 great ways to put this into practice. Here we go. Number 1, start with yourself. Start with yourself. Look at your life and determine what's worth celebrating, right? What are you good at? What do you have to be thankful for? What's good in your life right now? These things might seem really cheesy, like this is a really cheesy question to ask or practice or even to participate in, but trust me, write them down and maybe even challenge yourself to write down one thing every day. I promise you this will help. It'll take your focus off of just them and what they got, but it'll start to make you focus on what you do have and what you are able to do. And number 2, this is what I want you to do. Move toward the person you're jealous of. Move to the person you're jealous of, right? When you feel that tug towards jealousy, ask yourself, what can you celebrate about that person instead of being jealous? What are they good at? What are things that make you thankful for them? Write those things down too. Now, I know this is what you're thinking. This is not anything I want to do, right? This may be difficult at first. It may seem pointless even. But if you can stick to it and you can stay committed to the process, you'll be amazed at how it changes how you see yourself, which is important, and how you see the person that you're jealous of. You know, and I want you to spend time praying and asking for God's help in changing your heart towards you and towards that person, right? And so before I let you go, I just want to remind you that God isn't mad at you because you're jealous. He understands that we all come wired with a tendency towards jealousy, right? He also knows how it can hurt us and our relationships, which is why he wants to set you free from it, right? Jealousy will rot your relationships and rot your peace, but the more you celebrate others, the more you will like yourself. Jealousy will rot your relationships and rot you of your peace, but the more you celebrate others is the more that you will like yourself. So the question at hand is, so who do I need to celebrate? Instead of being jealous, instead of being envious, right? What can we celebrate about them? And that's the question that I have for you today throughout this week is, what's one thing that you can do this week to celebrate them, right? I know it seems pointless. I know it sounds corny. And I know it sounds like blah, I don't want to do this, but listen, the more that you celebrate others is the more that you will like yourself. Listen, you've got to be with yourself for the rest of your life. I don't know if you know that or not, right? But you've got to be with yourself for the rest of your life. And so, of course, you've got to like yourself. And the more that you celebrate others is the more that you will like yourself. All right? I hope you got something out of this message today. And I'm sorry for the complication. We're going to get this fixed. It's going to work in Jesus' name. All right. So, listen, before we leave, I want to make sure that you guys know that we miss you in the miss you on the Zooms. So jump on to your Zoom chat today. Listen, I want you to know that we are all meeting today at noon. I know you're thinking, man, you said November 8th last week, but trust me, I know. But listen, we are all meeting today and use the same information, the login information that you have been using in the past, all right? Next week, what's going to change is that we're all going to jump onto the same Zoom with the same number, and we're going to all get to see each other together. We're going to see each other at the same time, all right? So jump onto your Zoom calls today at noon, and then next week, we're going to use some new information, but we're all going to still be meeting at noon next week. We got it? We clear? Everybody good, man? We can't wait to see you guys. We want to continue this discussion with you guys. And so please jump on and bring your questions, bring your comments, bring your concerns, right? And we want to dive into deeper conversations about celebrating others so we can like ourselves. All right, one last time before we leave. Hey man, I don't want you to miss any future videos, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when we go live, and we're going to pray, and I'm going to let you guys go. Father, we thank you for this time that we've had today. I pray that something was said, something that was spoken that would challenge us to grow, to continue to grow in our faith. God, I thank you for every person that is watching this live, and for those that are going to be watching this at a later time. I pray that they would, after this video, be encouraged. Father God, I pray that you would help us to not be jealous, but help us to celebrate others as they are being promoted. Celebrate others as they're giving, raises and all these different things. Help us to celebrate them as they're promoted to the captain of the football team. When we wanted to be the captain of the football team, we wanted to be lead cheerleader person. But help us to celebrate others so that we can love ourselves more. Father God, we thank you for this time, and we pray that you just could be with us throughout the rest of this week, Father. And we praise you for all that you have done, all that you're doing, and all that you're going to do. God, I thank you that this COVID-19 virus has an expiration date, and I pray that it is soon, but in your time. And we thank you for all that you're going to do. In Jesus' name, everyone said amen and amen. Guys, thank you guys for joining us. And man, I can't wait to see you guys again. I'm going to jump on these Zooms with you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to see your smiling faces. So make sure you jump on your Zooms today. And you got an hour, so got 60 minutes. Get you a little something to eat. Brush your teeth, get your hair done, and make sure that you jump on. We can't wait to see you guys on the Zooms. I love you guys, and have an amazing week. See you in a minute. Bye.